Today we're examining Askeladd from Vinland Saga and determining where he falls on the character scale of evil. While Askeladd is responsible for countless deaths, I'm not measuring evil through body count alone. I'm looking at motivation, psychopathy, and remorse. Askeladd is a mercenary leader. He's intelligent, manipulative, and political, and responsible for numerous acts of violence throughout the series. Askeladd demonstrates genuine emotional connection to his mother and Wells, showing us his empathetic nature, although not noticeable at first glance. His brutality is the service of his manipulation. Askeladd constantly manipulates those around him and demonstrates exceptional cognitive empathy, Thorfinn being the biggest example of this, with him having Thorfinn fight for him using his desire for revenge against him. And it's that weaponizing of someone else's emotions that is a defining characteristic of psychopathy and antisocial personality traits. Because individuals with psychopathy lack genuine empathy and remorse, they view human interaction through a cold lens. And while Askeladd rarely expresses guilt openly, his worldview suggests awareness of moral implications of his actions. You rarely hear him say things like sorry, but he's not ignorant, naive, or convinced that everything he does is morally correct. He has a strong disliking of Vikings and their brutality, seeing them as evil, and although at first glance hypocritical with the nature of who he is, but only works to reason he hates himself and his actions, showcasing a level of remorse and understanding. Importantly, Askeladd shows little evidence of sadism. Violence functions as a tool rather than a source of pleasure to him. Almost all his actions serve a purpose to protect Wells. His hate serves a purpose. So what class do we place him in? Class 9 perhaps? No. Class 9 consists primarily of individuals who kill out of necessity to achieve their goal being one of authority in some way. Power-hungry individuals, rooted in their internal need to compensate for deep-seated feelings of powerlessness, inadequacy, and shame. They develop a desire to assert dominance over others, stemming from childhood traumatic incidents, abuse, usually from family. Askeladd's repeated participation in massacres are not driven by a need for power, but rather to protect his people. And it's that distinction that plays a part in making him a morally gray character. It makes him charismatic and very dangerous. He's not class 1 because he has psychopathic traits even when defending himself or fighting out of survival. His actions can never truly come down to self-preservation. In fact, one could argue that if he's found himself in a situation where he has to defend himself, it is directly a byproduct of his previous decisions and actions. And although he has past traumatic inflictions, his psychopathic traits means he does not fall into class 2. And maybe class 4? No, class 4 requires obvious rage-induced actions, mass murder. While Askeladd is certainly capable of killing someone whilst angry, he's emotionally in control most of the times, and demonstrates self-sacrificial behavior in the series. And because he's not class 4, he cannot be class 3 due to their parallels. The parallels being only separated by scale. Furthermore, he does not fall into class 5 because he's methodical, calculated, and mature. He may find himself killing out of circumstance, but he's never impulsive. And class 6 is reserved for killers who are egocentric, jealous, and lack remorse, and share other psychopathic traits. And while Askeladd is extremely arrogant and manipulative, his psychological profile lacks the core defining features of a narcissistic personality disorder, and thus he cannot be placed in class 7. Classes 10 to 14 all portray traits that Askeladd does not have as well. After examining his motivations, emotional attachments, capacity for empathy, and lack of sadistic tendencies, Askeladd falls within class 8. He exhibits several psychopathic traits, in particular manipulation and emotional compartmentalization, but falls short of a true psychopath due to his demonstrated loyalty, capacity for love, and self-sacrifice. The final verdict is Class 8. Askeladd does not enjoy inflicting pain. It's a means to an end. He's a highly traumatized strategist willing to commit atrocious acts of violence in pursuit of a cause he believes is greater.